Hello, welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. Today I would like to read another piece by Jason Gray, and this is one that I was not going to read, but a friend of mine encouraged me to do so. So thank you, Lori, for that encouragement. And this writing is titled The Gathering of the Words. As we speak, many of my writings, scattered across devices, old drives, offline archives, lost pages, buried folders, journals, notebooks, Facebook groups, and forgotten corners of the past are being carefully gathered and extracted by a very small, trusted, and deeply committed group of people. Some of these writings go back decades. Others were never meant to be shared publicly until now. Some were created on typewriters, some handwritten on torn paper, some in scrapbooks, many in old notebooks, and some only recently recovered. Together they form a living archive of memory, truth, fire, struggle, and transmission. They are being secured, protected, and backed up, not just digitally, but physically, because what is coming through these writings no longer belongs in the shadows. Once they are fully recovered and stabilized, they will be posted here, one by one, in full flame, no censorship, no distortion, no filters. To everyone who has reached out to me with words of encouragement, support, and resonance since yesterday's public declaration, thank you. You reminded me that truth still matters, that people still feel it, that resonance cannot be faked, and that even in the storm, the flame does not go out, it spreads. A special tribute to the voices who breathe life into these words. Over the last year, something unexpected and deeply moving has also begun to happen. My writings have found their voice, not just through me, but through two incredible women who have taken it upon themselves to read them aloud and give them life through sound. Their names are Sheila Corona and Amber Fields. Each one carries a completely different style, a different tone, a different frequency, and yet both have become essential to this work in ways I could have never anticipated. When Sheila reads, it feels like a slow, ancient remembering, like the voice of a soul guide walking you through the fire, one truth at a time. There's something sacred, measured, and grounded in her delivery, like the pages are breathing for the first time, like she is holding a mirror to the text and letting you feel what is underneath the words. When Amber reads, there's a visceral, passionate current that surges through the transmission. Her delivery cuts through the surface and delivers the fire directly to the nervous system. She reads like she has been there, like the words are her own soul breaking through the veil. Her voice is full force ignition. Together, these two women are doing something I never expected. They are revealing new dimensions of my own work back to me. Hearing my words spoken through their voices, it does not just sound different, it hits different. It activates something. There are moments when I hear a line I wrote, but when Sheila or Amber reads it, I hear it for the first time. Like a frequency that could not be decoded until the right resonance carried it. It is beyond moving. It is beyond humbling. It is proof that the flame is not just mine anymore. It lives in the field. When the flame is carried by those who truly feel it, it becomes a living force. So to both Sheila and to Amber, thank you. Thank you for the hours. Thank you for the breath. Thank you for honoring the spirit of this work and pouring your voice into the words that demanded to be heard. On archiving and preserving and protecting the flame. If there's one thing I have learned in the past 48 hours, it is this. Always back up everything. Digitally, physically, on hard copy, on multiple drives, and in trusted hands. What we write now may not seem important in the moment, but in the years to come, these words become soul records, flame maps, codex transmissions. I will never again underestimate the importance of preservation, because truth is fragile in a world that profits off distortion. We owe it to the future, to ourselves and those who will remember to keep the real intact. To all of you still here, still reading, yes, the writings are being restored. Yes, they will be posted here. Yes, you are free to comment, share, reflect, and pass them along to anyone who may need them. These writings are not just mine. They belong to the flame. They belong to the ones who feel what cannot be explained. They belong to the ones who never stopped remembering. Thank you for standing with me. Thank you for helping me reclaim the archive. Thank you for reminding me that this work still matters. This is the true return, and this is just the beginning. I will also post links to both Sheila's and Amber's YouTube channels where you can hear some of my writings being read and recorded in this post's comment section below. Jason Gray. Well, thank you so much, Jason. I'm just honored by your tribute, and I'm honored that you allow me to use your work in this way. It's a pleasure to do these recordings and to honor your work. So thank you. I wanted to say a few words also because due to Lori's encouragement just about why I'm doing these recordings. I've always loved to read. As a child, I was drawn to books that seemed like they were above my level and my understanding, like The Power of Now and The Seed of the Soul and The Alchemist. I was reading those books as a teenager. And I've also always been very drawn to reading aloud. My mother read aloud to me some during my childhood, and I don't know, that probably led me to wanting to read aloud as well. And so as an adult, I've taken to reading out loud to my husband. I've read certain books that I really connected to him. And now that I have a daughter, I love to read out loud to her, and I'm reading her the Harry Potter series. So that's just a joy because there's a lot of hidden meaning in those books. And another reason why I'm doing these recordings is because I was just absolutely magnetically drawn to Jason's writing when I found it this last spring. It immediately resonated with me, and I could feel the truth in his words, much like he writes about. It just immediately cut through to my heart and my soul, his words did, in a way that was very powerful, and I knew right away that his work was special. And it also connected me back to some pre-birth memories that I have before I came to this world. I used to have recurring nightmare that I was staring down at the earth, and I knew I had to come here, but the thought of coming here filled me with the deepest dread I have ever known. And a part of that memory is that it was conveyed to me that if I came, I would not get stuck here, and that when the time came, I would be given the information that I needed. And that really resonates with what I've learned from Jason's work and what he writes about the recursion loops and the reincarnation loops that he writes of. But I feel that the information in his writings is a part of that information that I knew would be given to me at the right time in this life, so that I would come to know what I need to know. And there's just so much in his writings. They're so deep, and there's so much good information in there that I feel in my heart and my soul. I know it to be true. And I really do see a lot of his writings as a map. So that's just really special. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So thank you, Jason, and thank you to everyone.